The Tsarnaev family is having a hard time finding a cemetery that will accept the Boston Marathon bomber Tamerlan Tsarnaev's body. So far, 4 cemeteries in 3 states have refused to accept his remains. Funeral director Peter Stephan says that he may have to go to the federal government and ask for assistance. Stephan defended Tamerlan by saying, "Everybody has the right to be buried. I can't separate the sins from the sinner."
This funeral director apparently is a really good guy. He, from what I heard earlier today, is the guy who started accepting people who had died of AIDS first.
Wow.
And when other funeral directors would not accept them, he accepted them, and it made a big difference. And again, he's being a decent human being here. Look, we all hate the guy. He, killed those 4 people. You saw the 8-year-old. Everybody gets it. He's a bad guy. Let's bury him and move along.
Well, they even asked if he would do a burial at sea, like they did for Osama bin Laden, and he said, if the government wants to do that, that's great. It's not going to happen on my dime, but you're welcome to take the body and do it.
Yeah, and he's very right to ask the federal government. How many states is the guy supposed to try? And I guess what they're partly what they're worried about is protests and don't want. The other part is, oh my God, what if terrorists come and make this a shrine or something? But we're too scared of the terrorists. Like, I want people tracking them down, and I want the intelligence agencies working overtime to actually do this instead of doing random toppling of foreign governments.
Sure.
Right? But let's not panic, man. That's the whole point of terrorism, is to terrorize you. And they win if you're terrorized.
And change your world. Well, they're already protesting there. There's already people saying there is no way you're going to keep this guy.
But I got news for you. He's already dead.
Yeah.
Like, what are you protesting? That's a rotting corpse. They shot him in the head, and his brother ran over him for good measure, okay? Presumably accidentally, right?
Yeah, but once you're dead, you're dead. And the funerals, they say, are for the living, to be able to have their closure and make their peace. And nobody wants to make their peace with this guy. So they're like, why do we have to keep him here next to, my grandmother or, my father? Nobody wants him in that sacred space.
I see what they're saying, but to me, it doesn't matter at all. I mean, like, maybe because I'm not a religious person, and I don't think his spirit is going to waft over and, like, hang out next to the spirit of my grandpa.
Right.
Like, and my grandpa's going to be pissed. He's dead. He's dead. That's not him. It's just rotting flesh.
Yeah.
Right? Just bury him and get on with it.
Well, then again, people said, his parents won't even come over here to get him, so why do we have to care? Why do we have to take care of the guy? And, they said it's health reasons and it's, legal reasons that they can't come over. But if they're not going to do anything about it, why do we have to do something about it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a fair argument. I mean, the parents should take him. I mean, look, it's not our, that I agree with. It's not our problem.
Maybe he goes to Russia.
Yeah. His mom seems so convinced that it's a worldwide conspiracy against him. All right, then come and pick his ass up.
That's what I say.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I hear you on that. And bin Laden, I didn't like the burial at sea. Like, it seemed like we were scared. Like, bin Laden, we got him, we shot him in the head. Like, oh, but if you bury him anywhere, it's going to be a shrine and bad guys are going to come. I would bury him a prominent place. And I'd be like, this is where we put the bullet in the hole of the guy in his head.
Yeah.
The guy who did the bad thing against us. Here's where the motherfucker is buried, okay? And then if you think about doing something bad to us, you're going to be buried right next to him, right? And I'd leave that place empty, okay? And I'd be like, so, I mean, like, you gotta, see, I don't know if it's that I'm not a liberal or whatever, but I like vengeance, okay? But but don't be scared of bin Laden after we killed him. People go, yeah, goddamn, I buried him right here and I'll fucking bury him again.